Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. Today I want to talk about the London Eurovision Party, which happened last night. Baby Lasagna was there, Bambi Thug was there, Olly Alexander, and lots of other Gotte, Isaak from Germany, Slimane again. So we will be talking about all of the performances together. I am going to focus more on the ones we haven't seen as much. There are some we've seen 3 times at all 3 pre-parties now. If you're interested what I think about them, more in depth, look at the 2 videos I already did on the Madrid and the Barcelona pre-parties. And I also wanted to say it is kind of noticeable that in London the vocal performances were a bit off in some cases. Some of them seemed a bit tired, and that is completely understandable because they had their performance in Barcelona on Saturday night, then they got on a plane and they had this performance in London on Sunday night, so there's no doubt in my mind that they were quite tired, to be honest, and they had just sung the song a night before, so it's quite human to not be as perfect. So I'm going to talk about that, but keep that in mind as well and don't give it too much weight, maybe. So the first 2 artists I want to talk about are the ones kind of closest to home, even though Belgium might be closer to London than Ireland, and that's the first one I want to talk about. Bambi Thug was there, their second pre-party performance. The first one I thought lacked a bit of energy and oomph. This one I thought was much better, vocally stronger as well, I think. I love the outfit, which was a black latex thing with tentacles is the best way with pointy tentacles is the best way I can describe it. The very impressive makeup as well. So really outstanding and fitting for the performance, even though I thought that for the poppy parts, for Eurovision, it might be nice to have a very quick outfit change. I don't really know how you can do that because the song switches from the heavier to the poppier parts very quickly, of course. Like a Hudek kind of thing, the guy from Croatia who had 2 outfits. No, you can't do that, but I would love Bambi Thug to wear this pinker outfit during the poppy parts and then the one she had on for the heavier parts, but I guess logistically that's quite difficult. I noticed that a lot of the vocals were pre-recorded. The I know you're living a lie, that part Bambi Thug sang, but the rest was pre-recorded. I'm actually not sure whether that is allowed in Eurovision because I know that some pre-recorded vocals are allowed, but this would be a big chunk of the song. So I'm not quite sure. But again, better performance, I think. And this could actually qualify. I'm very uncertain about who will qualify from the semifinals, actually, because a lot of them are quite good. Then we have Olly Alexander. This was really underwhelming. I don't know what happened. Some people commented that there were technical issues, that they had problems hearing themselves also. But Olly Alexander was just standing there. Not a lot was happening. There was no dancing. It seemed like they didn't want to be there in a way, and they're on home turf. I mean, if I compare that to Nebulosa's performance or Megada's performance in Madrid and Barcelona, there was a lot of energy and goodwill also lacking. So I am, underwhelmed by the performance. Very unfortunately, very sad in a way because Olly Alexander is an actor and should have the stage presence to, deliver this song. I just hope that this is much, much better in May, because otherwise we might be looking at a bad result for the UK, which is not something that I want, because I want the renaissance of the UK after Sam Ryder to continue and sending such an established artist as well. But this was very underwhelming, unfortunately. Nutsa Buzaladze, last time at the Madrid pre-party, she didn't perform her song. She performed Hurt by Christina Aguilera expertly because her brother had just died, which is very, very sad. And I hope she has recovered from that shock. The performance that she gave in London was incredible. She tore the house down. There was so much energy. She set that stage on fire, so you need a firefighter, really. The dancing was great. I don't love that we have so many dance breaks in so many songs. That's not a trend that I particularly like. But here I didn't really mind because she really pulled us in to her world in a way. The vocals were incredible, clear when they needed to be clear, very emotional when they needed to be emotional. This is a song that will qualify, I think. And I had it on the line of qualification. So again, I don't know what is going to happen. But she gave a great, great performance, and she can be very, very happy. The only thing I would change is the outfit, but otherwise, well done. The outfit from the music video you can see there is better than the one she wore last night. Then Tali with Fighter. She had her hair open. She had a black leather jacket on. It all seemed very chill and kind of she was walking on the street, and that made her seem so much more likable and engageable in a way, if that's a word, than she is in the national final performance and also in the music video. I really do hope they go with this vibe for the performance in Malmö as well, because she is very likable and that doesn't come across in the performance they have at the moment. Vocally, this was a bit off in some parts. This is a very, very hard song to sing because it goes from the more poppy normal part to this very fast part in French, which she struggled with last night. And I just hope that they find a way to do that. I think with a few backing vocalists who can help her with these parts, this may sound better. Yesterday, it didn't quite sound as good. So good performance, good energy, good vibe, but vocally it could have been better, I do think. Then Windows 95 Man, talking about being possibly vocally improvable. We have Windows 95 Man with no rules. I mean, let's not talk about the vocal performance because there is no real vocal performance by him, at least. Very fun, but you also, again, like in the last pre-party, notice that this needs the staging, and without the staging, it's not a great song by itself. You notice that the London pre-party doesn't have the same rules as Eurovision because the logo wasn't blurred and they had Windows 95 Man plastered on the screen behind him. But the audience really, really loved it. And he even said, you understand Finland at the end. So I guess the UK audience does understand Finland a bit better than I do. Colleen had on a very revealing outfit, and it almost revealed too much because she had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction and had to hold her, what's that called, a brassiere or something? During the whole performance, I was like, what is going on? And then at the end, she explained that something went wrong. But she did that very professionally, I have to say. It was almost not noticeable. If it had been somewhere else, you probably wouldn't have noticed. But she just went on. She did the dance breaks and everything. Again, dance breaks. I don't like them in the song either. The song itself and also the outfit with the song seemed a bit cheap to me. And I think they could, at least with the outfit, make it look a bit more elegant or, I don't know, better. And vocally, there were just a few moments where it was quite pitchy and you really noticed that she was off. I think she can perform this. I think she can sing this. So it's probably because of the wardrobe malfunction that she had a bit of trouble finding the notes, which is completely understandable. I would break down completely if that happened to me. So well done, Colleen, for that. Then this is probably the one you've been waiting for. Baby Lasagna wore a white shirt with puffy sleeves and khaki pants or dark brown pants. I thought this was a bit in between the two outfits, the music video outfit and the national final outfit, and didn't like it as much, but I saw that a lot of people liked it a lot and hope that he will wear it, so that's okay. My opinion is different. Vocally, this was very, very good, I have to say. Very improved from the national final. There were no problems that his mouth wasn't near the microphone or that he missed notes or anything like that. So vocally, very good, has improved a lot. He has improved in the odds, so people really like this performance, and I completely understand why, because he brings the energy and just makes the whole place dance, and that will also happen in Eurovision, and that will also translate, I think, to the screen. I mean, I wasn't there, and I had a lot of fun watching even this performance, so I think he's in it with a chance. Don't know whether he will manage to win, but well done for this. And I also have to say, he came onto that stage and said like, hi, kind of the shy guy that he is. He always says he is. And then the music starts and he transforms into Baby Lasagna. Before that, he's Marco, and then the music starts and he is Baby Lasagna. And I find that very likable, and I think that might come across in Eurovision as well after the performance when they keep the camera on them for a few minutes, not minutes, seconds, to say thank you, Europe. People might realize that he's actually a shy guy, and the contrast is just so cool. And he kind of got the crowd to sing his song. A few of them did that as well, which was very enjoyable to watch as well. So well done, Baby Lasagna. Great, great performance. Do subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss videos like this one. Only a third of you are subscribed, so do that. The season is so fun, and I'm gonna publish so many videos. So yada, 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 subscribe, and then I won't have to say that anymore. Dons and Hollow, I don't have a lot to say about this because it is consistently good. Perfect vocals. He had the sleeveless shirt on. The arms were very enjoyable to see. I do think that he needs a different outfit. It doesn't look as good with the blue, maybe something black or more elegant. I don't know how, but the performance was basically the same as in Barcelona. So very well done. And with him, you didn't notice that he was tired or anything like that. Isaak, I really love his voice. It's a force of nature. The revamp that they did with the beginning of the song being a cappella, in the German national final, it kind of started very abruptly because I think the song was too long and they cut it short that way. Now it's a cappella. It focuses on the best part about the German entry. And being German, I can say that, which is his voice. And so people are drawn into his voice. The revamp really works. What I don't like are these elephant sounds. The song itself is not great. I wish we had a better song for him, even though I did see him perform an acoustic version of the song, and it just elevates it 100%. I wish we could perform the acoustic version, because in a year like this one with so many louder and televote-friendly songs, that might actually stand out and get us a few jury points. But well done for him. Great voice, good performance. He kind of has the same performance style in every single performance as well, which I find a bit likable as well. He's not, changing himself on that stage. He's just being himself. Natalia Babu, first I clicked on a video where she sang Fight, I think, her first Eurovision song, which is so good. And I was like, wow, this is actually a good song. And then I realized, no, that's not the one from this year. In a year like this, where we have so many good songs, this is just subpar, which is a pity because she has a lot of charisma. She sang this well, even though there were a few pitchy vocals as well, which I don't like so much about the song. And it's also very static. She was just standing there and then played the violin, which is cool. But otherwise, there could be more happening, especially with a song that's a bit on the less exciting side, let's say it like that. But still good performance by her personally. Marcus and Martinez, unforgettable. The outfits they had on I quite liked. They were very Gen Z, I feel like. But I really noticed in this performance that the voices are just so young. They sound incredibly young, even though they're not in puberty anymore. I don't like these kinds of voices because they sound a bit too young to me, and I just noticed that. The song itself also kind of needs the staging a bit like Finland to really stand out. The song itself is not really enough to carry the performance, but they did it well. They had the energy. They really enjoy being there, so I liked that part. But yeah, they do need the staging, and they will have it in Malmö, so good for them. And I do think that they will have a few backings as well. Then Slimane, what can I say about him and these amazing performances that he has been giving in these pre-parties that I haven't said before? It was amazing again. The vocals were on point and incredibly powerful. The way he sings is very hard to do, I've been told by vocal coaches as well. So I do think that this will get a lot of jury votes. He changed the last part from Spanish, which he did in Barcelona, to English, which was nice, a nice nod to the audience. But I hope they don't do that in Eurovision because it took me out a little bit. But still, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, which there are so many not nice people on Twitter, but anyway, saying that he should stop doing the thing, going away from the microphone, because now it's a gimmick and it's annoying. And I'm like, a gimmick is also a dance break or a move that someone does every single time they perform a song. So I don't really get that. And I also thought about it. Maybe he has to go away a bit because the way he sings with all this strength and emotion, maybe the microphone couldn't handle it 100%. I don't know. I hope he continues doing that, and it adds a great moment to the performance and just underscores the amazing vocalist that he is. The outfit he wore this time, white, flowy, was really elegant and cool at the same time. A nice contrast with the background as well. And I think the best outfit we have seen him in. So I hope they go for something like that for Eurovision. So great performance, and I am almost certain that this will do really well in the jury vote. Also love Angelina Mango with La Noia. She had this very tight, I think you call it leotard. Native speakers, if that's wrong, let me know in the comments, please. Which looked very, very good. The graphics were in the background again with the chilies. The voice, the vocal performance was perfect as always. Well, sorry, there were some moments in the last part of the song where you did notice that she was a bit out of breath. But again, this is the second performance in 2 days, so completely understandable and forgivable. And the spunk and the happiness that she just shows with this song, which is called Boredom, is just very infectious, even though it's the second time in 2 days she has performed this. And I'm sure this will be a standout in Malmö as well. Sara, Bonnici, and Loop, she surprised us at the first pre-party, at least she surprised me, and did a really good performance. This one was quite good as well. You do notice her vocal tone, which is cool. She did the whole choreography, not the whole choreography like in the national final, but a part of the choreography. So good for her that she did that, and that she manages to sing this well doing it. Not too much to say. I still think this is in trouble for qualifying because there are just so many other good entries. Now this, I don't know what happened, whether it was tiredness that he performed last night, that he has to kind of save his voice a little bit, but this sounded quite off in a lot of places and very strained in some other places. Some people have commented that he puts too much energy into the performance, which I can kind of see. Maybe tune it down a little bit, especially in the beginning, because the song builds and you don't want to be, throwing punches at the air while the song is still in the slower part. I think he can sing. We have seen him sing better. So this was probably a one-off, and I'm not too worried that we will have any problem in Malmö. Quite different here, 5 Minutes Tempo Loop. Great vocal performance, great song, very fun, basically identical to Barcelona, so I won't get into it too much. They wore the street clothes again. And the dance was also very in sync, very good. So they're basically ready to go on that Eurovision stage, I think. Gorte in Ulverham, she was wearing a black and white combo, which I really like, with some feathers here, and that was a nice contrast to the darker outfits we have seen her in. Incredible vocal performance by her again. She did the bend backwards, very, very good. Not a lot else to add, just that this is very impressive indeed. Then we have Luna and the Tower, another one where I thought the vocal performance was not great. And I thought about why that is. I think that having this sweet vocal tone that she has and this almost whispery quality to the voice is very hard to do in a setting like a Eurovision pre-party, because you have to put a lot of power into it to really work and to hit the notes right. But you don't want to lose the whispery aspect to it. And I think that's very hard. I think in Eurovision it will be a bit easier because the sound system will be better. But still, it was a bit noticeable. The voice reminds me more and more of Lena, who of course won in 2010, so maybe it's a positive. And she had great makeup on, great dress, very sweet person. You really see that through the performances as well. I guess the vocal tone also adds to that impression, and that will help to get some televotes in Eurovision as well. So overall, vocally could have been better, but all in all, good performance. Now, Icon Pedestal. This is the biggest glow up we have seen. Czechia knows how to do glow ups. She is able to sing the song much, much better than in the national final already. She is moving a lot less, and you notice that every time she moves, it gets a bit shaky. So maybe they should think about having the dancers do everything around her and having her static. It doesn't really work with this kind of song, but for the vocal performance, it would really help, I think. And I also thought it's a bit of a psychological effect that now we think this is so much better than in the national final, and it is. But when you compare it to the other vocal performances, especially Slimane, Dons, Tiadora last night, like 2 nights ago in Barcelona, it's still not perfect, and it's still not one of the best vocal performances. It has improved. It is a good song, but I think this would struggle to qualify in a very strong year like this, even now. And the revamp, I have to say, with adding the voices that are fighting actually helped as well. But I'm still not convinced that this will qualify. Raven and Veronica, a bit like Don's, perfect performance, very good vocals. The high notes at the end are so impressive. She wore a dark black dress, which helped her look even more elegant. And so not a lot else to say, but very well done. Raven, Megara, I talked about them in my video yesterday about the Barcelona party. She went into the audience and told them to get down and go up and jump, because the song, of course, says jumping all night, saltar toda la noche. And that is where the vocals were quite off. And that's the clip I saw, so don't overinterpret what I said in my video yesterday. Here, the vocals were off a bit as well, a bit hoarse, a bit used too much, probably from last night. But I'm not worried that they will be able to give a good performance. The energy was there. She did not go into the audience in London. Not sure whether that was even possible. But I do also think, now seeing them there, that the dancers actually add something to the performance. They need pyro. They need a lot of things to happen to stand out. And then they might actually be a shock qualifier. Who knows? Saba for Denmark wore a dark leather jacket, which was a nice change because before she was just in white dresses. Very competent performance. I feel like the vocals are better than in the Danish national final now, but when we look at the pre-parties, very similar performances, and so she's basically ready, I think, to get on that stage in Malmö as well. Thank you so much for watching. These are all the performances. I talked about all of them. Let me know what you thought of them, which one impressed you the most, and please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to do this for the Eurovision in concert in the Netherlands as well. I can't wait to hear Slimane sing that part in Dutch. Let's see whether he will do that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.